All right, you lowlifes, it's time to go over the Week 7 preview for the upcoming week. I know I'm a day late, uh, busy. Mother-in-law just got in town, so yeah. All right, we'll start off. Game of the week. Sean at 6-0. This guy here facing the old man at 4-2. Two division leaders squaring off. Sean's got to lose a game eventually, right? I mean, I got to lose at some point. Probably not, but we'll see. Surprisingly enough, right now my wide receivers with Macklin out this week on bye are not looking great. The old man's wide receivers aren't looking real good either. Deshaun Jackson's played pretty good for him, but his other two receivers he's starting this week, Ruben Randall and Roddy White, have combined for less than 30 points combined over the last 2 weeks. Not just last week, the last 2 weeks combined. So he'll definitely need them to step it up, as will I with Golden Tate, Marcus Colston, who I just picked up off the waiver wire. Need big things out of him. All right, the next matchup is the Ron Mick against Kimo Ho. You got Ron at 4-2 against Chris at 2-4. But we're trending a little differently here. Ron started out 4-0 in his last two straight. Chris has his main running back, LaShawn McCoy, Shady McCoy, on a bye this week. He's relying on the ex-Seahawks, the ex-Cal Bear, Justin Forsett to carry the load. He's looked pretty good the last few weeks. But eventually something's got to give with this guy. He can't keep producing. Ron Mick's relying on Pittsburgh. He's got the two Pittsburgh starting wide receivers in his starting lineup. We all know about Antonio Brown. He's a stud. He's a beast. Catches everything. But Marcus Wheaton, I guess, we'll have to wait and see. A lot of stuff in the preseason talking about how great he was going to be. He looked all right, but he's not looking great yet. Next matchup, we got Kenny Villa against Travis Bride. Kenny's sitting at 4-2. Travis is sitting at 3-3. Kenny, with his win last week, has clawed back into a tie for first place in his division. Travis is sitting a few games back, but he's in my division, so what can you do? Kenny's really been carried the last couple of weeks by Arian Foster. Getting back to form of 3 years ago. He's averaging 30 points over his last two games. He's also got Aaron Rodgers, who scored 30 points from last week, and he still hasn't lost a game in which Aaron Rodgers has scored at least 30 points in 5 years of fantasy football. Travis is stacked at wide receiver. He's got some, Alshon Jeffrey, Jordy Nelson, Emmanuel Sanders, all good receivers. He's also rolling with two tight ends this week. Just the one running back, Ahmad Bradshaw, the pickup that he got last week from Zach. So we'll see how that works out for him. Both these guys need this, to kind of stay in that playoff picture. They're both sitting good right now as far as it comes to playoffs, but they don't want to fall back. Next matchup we're looking at is Johnny Nads against Mike. Johnny's sitting at 3-3. Mike is sitting at 1-5. This is a matchup of the last two league champions. Mike, of course, won last year. John won the year before. John's season seemed kind of crushed once Adrian Peterson beat the crap out of his kid and got caught. But for some reason, Adrian Peterson is still on John's roster. I guess he just likes child beaters. Mike, had a rough go. He's got another rough week coming up. AJ Green probably not going to play this week. Jimmy Graham, they're saying might play, still kind of up in the air. I like to say that nobody's really out of the playoffs at this point in the season, but I can probably say Mike's out of the playoffs at this point in the season. John is also the only person in the league, and I think probably the only person ever, who's only starting one wide receiver. He's got three running backs, two tight ends, and a wide receiver going this week. So we'll see how that works out. Next up, we have Ben at 2-4 against Devin at 2-4. Devin, of course, has the bet with me, guaranteeing that he's going to win out. He pulled it off in the first week. He won, scored the most points. Sunday is actually Devin's birthday. He's turning 30, the big 3-0. So he needs a good birthday present. Now, he's starting Ben Rapelessberger, so you can, you never really can do too well when you start a rapist. But he did make a good pickup, a good start last week with Megatron out. He started Mohamed Sanu, who had a monster game for him. AJ Green's probably not going to play again this week, so Sanu should be in line for another good game. Ben relies heavily upon Cam Newton. He's he scored 40 points from last week, just about 40 points, a little under, which led to his win. He also has his boy, the love of his life, Colin Kaepernick, quarterback. He's been sticking with Cam. We'll see if he sticks with Cam again this week or if he goes with Colin. He needs some production. He needs continued production out of his two good receivers, Brandon Marshall and Andre Johnson. They both topped the 10-plus point mark for the first time in 4 weeks for either one of them. They need to keep doing that for Ben to keep his winning ways going. Next up, we have Charlie Villa against Zach McCorkle. Charlie is sitting at 2-4. Zach's in at 3-3. Charlie is riding a 2-game win streak. He started out looked terrible. I'm actually rocking my turtle shirt in honor of Mr. Villa. He has Percy, a.k.a. the Cancer, a.k.a. the A-hole, a.k.a. a New York Jet on his roster. We'll see how Percy does for him in the Big Apple. Zach, 3-3. He's got 3 really good running backs on his roster going this week. He's going to be tough to beat. He's got Jamal Charles, Giovanni Bernard, Brandon Oliver all starting this week. Those guys should all put up close to 20 points, if not more. Zach's going to be tough to beat. Kind of got off to a sluggish start while Charles was out, waiting for him to come around. He is still relying on Kirk Cousins as his quarterback. He has Romo on the bench. I guess we'll have to kind of wait and see. But, Zach, should be going good heading forward. Charlie, of course, has Peyton Manning, so he's always going to get production out of the quarterback position. It's just everything else going to get production out of it. Good luck to all. Happy birthday to my boy Devin. I will see you guys all on Tuesday, and I'll talk to you when I'm 7-0.